My husband cheated on me once. This one is not suspicion.
Right.
It's caught red-handed. Like, you doan. They catch you say you doan. Of course, I was confrontational, yes. I felt I'm a woman. I felt heartbroken.
Right.
And what triggered me the most was, the things I saw were things that I wanted. That I was being denied of. I love the fact that we were able to dialogue.
Okay.
We were able to resolve. And I saw some
But
things.
are you sure you were not depriving him of anything before that happened?
No, I can't say. Funny enough. Now me even they push more.
What about the devil? You know sometimes it may be the devil.
Yes. Now devil be the brain behind that one. Generally, but
No, hold on.
No. So the it's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
If it's not a thing they constantly do, if it's
They were off.
something they just fell into maybe once.
Okay.
And this is the first time I am, you understand? We were able to communicate. I even wanted to know why. I wanted to know why. Why did you do this? And I saw that, okay, we were able to resolve.
Family has long been regarded as the bedrock of human existence, especially from an African perspective, because it shapes value, shapes identity, and then social stability. However, in recent times, there's been increasing strains on this foundation as a result of the fact that divorce rates has been rising, and it cuts across age brackets, social status, and even religion. And what is even more worrying is the fact that the people who should uphold the standards of marriage, members of the body of Christ, Christians, have also become part of this challenge we're having in the society. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Through Podcast, where we have conversations under the spotlight of the truth. And on this episode, we're looking at Christian marriage and divorce. And as usual, I'm not alone. And this episode promises to be exciting because for the first time, we have a lady in the building. It's taking us how many?
One season and
a few episodes to finally get a woman who is bold enough to come on this episode. And we're excited. And we hope that this would kind of like, spur more people, more ladies to come through for us, because, hey, this is not a men's table talk. It's Talk Through, where we have both the men and the women, and we have these conversations. So as usual, I'd like to welcome our very own, His Excellency CDO. Thank you for coming through. It's always a delight.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. And we have, as always, Oyez in the building. Thank you for turning up.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, I feel like us having some kind of drum roll to introduce these our female guests who has stepped to the plate, because it's been a long time coming. But hey, we're excited to have our very own Deborah Oyezechukwu. I hope I got that right.
That's right.
Is a woman of many parts, many talents, many capacities, many capabilities, many giftings. I don't know the description, but I had to add it. A chef, an organic beautician, a vocalist, an event host, and a Christian creative, popularly known as Debbie Diva. Oh, nice. So can we call you Debbie Diva on the show?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
That's my brand.
She uses her platform to authentically share her journey through life, marriage, motherhood, and business, offering relatable insights and inspiration from her perspective as a wife and a mother. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Lagos, Nigeria, Africa, and the rest of the world, give it up for the very first lady on Talk Through Podcast this season, Debbie Diva.
Yay.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Feels like home.
Absolutely.
I don't even feel like this is my first time on this podcast.
Wow.
But yeah, thank you for having me. I'm really glad to be here.
There's just something a woman brings to every occasion. Honestly.
Again.
It's just different. Yes. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. There is an onslaught on marriage in general. and it has also stretched towards it's already gone beyond the boundaries of the four walls of the church. It has entered deep. But before we get into that, we want to look at Christian marriage. Before we now start talking statistics, because I have a paper here that I'm going to show us later on when we get to divorce. But we know that the being behind marriage established it not having divorce in mind, obviously, because there are three of them and they are united in one like that, and that's the idea behind marriage. But obviously the fall of man and many things have happened that also have brought about what we have as it is now. But let's talk about Christian marriage, and then we now look at the ills that are befalling it, which is predominantly divorce. Woman of God and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Ideally,
thank you.
What is the role of Christian marriage as instituted by God when He first conceived it? What's the role? What is it supposed to do? And where are we right now before we look at how we now got into divorce? I'd like to start with Oyes.
Okay. Marriage is a representation of God's relationship with the church. That's how best I can put it, because the union of a man and a woman, the man sacrificing his all for his woman, and the woman honoring him with, a body, and it is in the likeness of what the church should offer to God. We as Christians individually and as a collective, as a church.
Right.
So we are offering our body to the one who first offered his life to us. So my marriage is the first ministry, if another way I could, define it, where it shows two individuals coming together and starting a community. That's how life came into existence in the first place, where Adam and God introduced Eve to Adam.
Right.
And, the blessing that He blessed them was a commandment in the blessing: go and multiply. You understand? And it's the same words, the same choice of words was given to the disciples when Jesus Christ was enabling them. He said, go into the world and make disciples. In other words, go and multiply.
Right.
So that's how I see marriage. A representative of how God relates with the church or with mankind.
Debbie Diva?
Okay, in my honest opinion, marriage first, I agree with the term that marriage was originally orchestrated by God. That is, the God factor is the reason it was created in the first place. But I like to state clearly that the essence of marriage was not basically because God wanted Adam and Eve to go into the world and multiply. It was clearly stated in the Bible. I'm coming from the biblical
Right. Go ahead.
angle, so to say. God gave Adam a helpmate.
Right.
That was the essence.
True.
God wanted him to have a helpmate because He knew Adam could not do it alone. Adam would not fulfill all He had created him to alone. So he needed someone to support, to help.
Right.
That was how God, created Eve. So I think that was the most important part of marriage in the first place, that a helpmate, and then they can now go and then multiply. So in clear terms, marriage is an institution created by God. And that is why no matter how hard we try, you can't take the God factor out of marriage. You can't take the creator who created out of the content. It's not possible. So yes, marriage was divinely created, originally created by God.
Absolutely. Thank you for your thoughts, Your Excellency, your 2 cents.
Everything we've said here is in order. when God created man, he said that it is not good for man to be alone. And he made him a helpmeet,
right,
which is a woman. And God also told them to multiply and subdue the earth. So I believe it's at that instance that God ordained marriage, when he told them to multiply and subdue the earth. Then if you go further to what Oyes has said, that marriage is a representation of our relationship with the church and God. So what happens is that because God is all-knowing, right from the beginning, God already knew the end. So when he created man, he already knew man would fall. He already knew the man needs a woman. He already knew that Christ will someday die to save us. He already knew that eventually we'll become his bride. So from the beginning, God already had given us a type and shadow of what it is to come. So marriage represents our relationship as in the Christ and the church.
And the church, yes.
You know, the relationship between Christ and the church, which they have said, and that is the importance of marriage. Marriage has two very significant importance. One is Christ, God giving man the instruction to multiply and subdue the earth. Secondly, marriage is a representation of Christ and the church here on earth. So those are very two significant representations that marriage carries. It shows God's dominion, which he has given unto man by telling man to multiply and subdue the earth, because the earth was under the control of another spirit. And so God, to show that he is God, didn't want to come down here himself to come and take dominion. So he created a being purportedly lesser than spirits and gave that being higher authority than spirits, which is mankind, and said, multiply and subdue the earth. Then secondly, when Christ saved us, we became one with him. We became his bride. Marriage also represents that relationship between Christ and the church. So it is good we know these two. It is good these two scenarios are established, because they will be very important in our conversation to discuss what you want us to discuss here today.
Okay.
Amazing. So if we all agree that it was God that institutionalized marriage or set marriage in motion, does that also means that whatever God sets in motion cannot fail?
So first of all, I want to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Institutionalized and instituted, do they mean the same thing?
Instituted is to set something in motion. To institute something. To institutionalize, I think, means to put a system, kind of like a structure. So I think they have.
So I think God instituted marriage.
Yes, instituted marriage.
Instituted marriage.
We institutionalized it.
Yes.
Okay, so
that's safe to
so
say.
God instituted marriage. Culture and government institutionalized it.
Marriage. Yes,
that's correct.
So you have gone ahead of. So does that mean that the failure that we have in marriages today, especially within the context of what we're discussing, is as a result of the institutionalized marriage instead of the instituted one? Because we know that whatsoever is born of God overcomes the world, cannot fail. So when failure begins to happen in marriage, in this case, divorce, which is separation, is it how do I put it?
Who's to blame?
Exactly.
Basically.
Is it because we know that God, cannot set something in motion and then it fails? Then two people who believe in God, are united, and somewhere along the line we realize that, there is separation.
That's where the responsibility comes in for both parties. in the marriage, and even extended parties affiliated to the marriage. So what God has set in motion does not fail, established.
Exactly.
And that's where we see in Adam's context where something went wrong in the Garden of Eden, and God asked him, Adam, where are you? And he said, I'm naked. And God said, how do you know you're naked? He said, the woman, not the answer to the question, but, already pushing responsibility. So this is where the burden of responsibility comes to the parties involved in that marriage, from the man to the woman to the institution that what's that word now? Officiated the wedding, or this institution that gives licenses for wedding and so on, marriages and so on, and the community, parents, in-laws and so on have a responsibility not to make marriage fail. Once we know that God handed this institution to us, we have a responsibility not to make it fail. Every one of us. And I feel that's what that passage actually means. What God has joined together, make it not be for my hand, now it go spoil. I think that's what it means. Let me stop there, but I feel that's what that statement means. What God has joined together, let no man put asunder. So let it not be in your hand that this thing was put asunder. Yeah.
Debbie Diva.
I don't think I quite get his point clearly. I don't think I quite get. Are you saying the issues that marriages face that leads to divorce is because? Please come again. Are you saying it's because of the many factors you have mentioned right now that tries to put asunder? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm saying the issues will definitely be there. That one is a given.
Okay.
That there will be issues. But on no account should you let those issues break up a marriage.
Okay.
Or do whatever it takes not to even, if there's a way you can block an issue from, occurring. If there's a way within your power, try as much as possible to avoid it. It's easier said than done. We're just saying this for when the realities come to play, we know what is obtainable. But once we start looking at it from that light, that this thing that God has given to me, it's a big deal, then maybe we'll take more responsibility for it.
Jesus gave an example of the only reason why, the only basis on which a marriage should be
dissolved. The only reason for divorce, right?
Yes, and he said is adultery, right?
Yeah.
But these days we see that his people go their separate ways for other issues, but adultery. Your Excellency, sir.
Okay, that reason for separation that is adultery, is it Jesus that said it up?
Yes, it was Jesus. That said it.
Okay. Yes. So first of all, let me take us back a little to what Oyez said about the reason for annulment, divorce or whatever, or freeze of marriage. So first of all, I think marriage started having problems from the garden. I started by establishing two major representation, and one of the things is that when God created man, when God said, let us make man in our own image and likeness, let him have dominion, the Godhead wanted to show the devil that he's a created being. Because the sin that was committed in heaven before the devil, Lucifer, and 1/3 of the angels were sent down here was pride. Basically, Lucifer at some point felt that he should be part of the Godhead. That, instead of Trinity, that they should have 4 of them deciding. That was his sin. And so he was sent down here with 1/3 of the angels, and he came here and made the earth very disorderly and stuff. At some point that God had to freeze the earth and all the beings. There were other beings before mankind. There were other beings here. they may even have been human beings, I don't know, but before the one that was created in the image and likeness of God, which is Adam. So when God created Adam and gave Adam Eve and told them to have dominion over the earth, the enemy saw it and realized that, oh, so these ones want to take authority over me. So from that instance, he decided to attack that unit, because the man and the woman is a unit. You understand? When God created Adam, he said that it is not good that he be alone.
Right.
I will give him a helpmeet. But for God to maintain what is in heaven, because he created us in the order and likeness of the Godhead, the Trinity remains one. You understand? So if he was going to give Adam a helpmeet, it will also be good that they be one, which was why he put Adam to sleep and took his rib to make the woman. So in as much as there were two people in the garden, they were one unit. And the devil saw that and saw what God had done at that point, and he decided to attack that unit. He wasn't interested in Adam. He wasn't interested in Eve. He was interested in that union. Which was why he went to Eve, because he knew that it would be easier for him. If he had gone to Adam, he would have failed, because that is the structure in heaven. You know, disobedience, you know, first of all, for you to get something, you have to go against the will. So if the devil had gone to the man in the garden, he would have failed. The man wouldn't have agreed. So what he did was to go and give the woman authority give the woman the authority that she does not have. You understand? So the woman accepting that does not belong to her made her do what is wrong. And from that moment, the devil attacked that union. So it was from there that things went wrong. But of course, as the day went by, then it will now unfold. That's why we have what we have. So it is not for any reason. It's not because of anybody's disobedience or a woman refusing to obey the man or the man that we're seeing divorce. It is the grand plan. It is something the devil has gone for that is executing. And when Christ restored us, when Christ came and died and paid for us, he now restored us. That's why the relationship now is Christ and the church.
Right.
That same union like it is in heaven, the Godhead. You understand?
Right.
And the devil also, looking at Christ and the church, he knows he cannot attack Christ. He knows he cannot attack the church, because the truth is that until the head is bruised, you understand? Nothing happens to the body. For you to kill anything, you must destroy the head. Just like when you play chess, for you to win a game, you must take the king. You understand? If you go to war, for you to declare victory, you must kill the king.
Yeah, right.
So now, in that union, the man is the head of the union. You understand? So what the enemy now does is that because he knows he cannot attack Christ, he will not succeed. So as long as he cannot attack Christ, he cannot do anything to the church. So what he has done also is to descend to that same unit that he was able to confuse in the garden. Now, because that unit is still now there, representing, or like Christ and the church, there's still the family unit, which is man and wife. He's still attacking that unit, trying to destroy man, the head, because he cannot destroy Christ. So he's thinking that if he's able to destroy all the men, all the head, that somehow it will affect, because we make up the church. So it is something that is spiritual. It's something that is not physical. Forget what we're seeing. Forget people talking about inclusion. Forget people talking about technology and so many things. Women liberation. More women are getting into prominent positions. More women are being empowered.
Feminism, agitation, and the likes.
Those things are distractions.
Yes.
Those things are just for men who are not discerning, men who are not spiritual, not to understand what is really the issue. The issue is that as long as the enemy he does not want to see that union. He does not want to see that union that looks like what is in heaven.
Yes.
That is that God said, let us make man in our own image and likeness, that they have dominion over everything is what he does not want to see. And knowing also that when Christ returns, that is that union, Christ and the church is what is going to reign.
Yes.
That is what he wants to destroy. So all these things we're going to discuss here and saying are just things that he has presented before us for us to be chasing and fighting, thinking that is the problem. That is not the problem. Even if they say no feminism, even if they say no inclusion, even if they say no woman should work again, even if they say everybody should go home and sit down, the devil will still
marriages
find a
will
way.
still have issues.
To
Yes,
bring issues to marriage. So the only way a marriage will not have issue is for that marriage to be hidden in Christ.
Which is the foundation of the marriage in the first place.
Exactly.
Okay, so I want to add to what
Go ahead.
has
CBO.
said. Our God
Our
has
man
said.
of God. God's servant.
Yes, sir. You see, I think one very vital problem with the world today is they tend to take away. I don't know if it has to do with, they call it civilization. You know, they said, you hear people, I've heard people, women per se, say things like, my mother suffered this, I will not suffer for it again, and all of that. And your mother's standard of marriage might not be God's standard. So they want to take away, once you get it right, getting it right means following the original pattern. You can't take, like I said earlier, you can't take the creator away from the content. It's not possible. And so we have a lot of people saying so many things today. Everybody suddenly is a marriage counselor. Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has something to teach about marriage. Even those who don't have their own lives figured out or marriage is figured out want to advise other people about how to run their homes. Not knowing fully well that let me just put it in this way. If the only way out is to follow the original plan, right? Everyone can say anything. Everyone can say anything they want to say. But the original plan of God, the Bible says, can two work together except they agree? Marriage is agreement. Marriage is partnership. Another thing people don't know is what works for you might not be what is working for me. But if we can follow the God factor, if we can follow that God's system and original plan for marriage, I think we can all get clarity. We can all figure out. If you can't figure things out, go back to the person that orchestrated it. Go back there. Go back to him and ask questions. If you're clueless, if you don't know what to do, if you're stuck, if you feel stuck, if you feel like, rather than listen to everything anyone is saying, go back to the person that created it and ask questions and ask for direction. This is my own idea about marriage, really.
Yeah. Talking about divorce, I feel the government, first of all, should ban divorce. The moment you enter into anything, you are in it for life. Because you're actually in it for life, whether we like it or not. Once you're married to someone, even after divorce, there's still, some people say on the spiritual side, some people say there's soul ties and all that. Whether or not we believe in that, there's still this physical, especially when there's children involved. So there's still this, you have to co-parent and many other things. So if people know the consequence of, it's because sometimes people feel they can get into marriage and get out of marriage. But if to say say the moment when you enter this marriage, there's no going out again, there's no turning back, maybe people would choose better. Because I'm always of this opinion that sometimes it's because maybe people chose in a hurry, or people
married the wrong partner.
Yes, married the wrong partner. So if people know how serious it is, that there's really no getting out of this thing, maybe there would be, better at making decisions. The only issue that we'll have is that we'll have people not getting married on time because people are trying to, choose well. So that's what I feel about.
Okay, go ahead.
There's really no getting out of this thing. I think a better term would have been, the only way is to make it work. It's not like marriage is not.
The truth is, first of all, the government cannot say if you get into marriage, you cannot get it. There's freedom of expression, which is in our constitution. So for the fact that there's freedom of expression, which means you can be today and not be tomorrow. You can say, I want this today and not want this tomorrow. So that freedom of expression negates what you are saying. For government to say that once you get into marriage, you can't get out of it. Then secondly, I don't think that's the solution. And I don't even think that because people have the option of divorce, that's why we're having so many divorces now. Our forefathers had the option of divorce now. Our parents also, by the time our parents were married, we already had a divorce constitutionalized and institutionalized in Nigeria. But it wasn't.
Yes.
I'm sure most of us, maybe people who are in their maybe 40s and over or 50s thereabout, I'm not sure most of them knew the meaning of divorce until maybe they got to secondary school or even after secondary school, because it wasn't common. There are some things that were not common then. And those and the rights we have now were still the rights we had then. How come it wasn't that rampant? You understand? So like I have said, first of all, we need to understand that what is happening has been orchestrated even before now.
Yes.
It's a system that the enemy has put in place to fight the church. And for you to fight the church, you have to fight the family unit, because the family unit make up the church.
Yes,
we spoke about local assembly here earlier. What makes up the local assembly? I live here, you live there. I bring my family, you bring your family. We come together, we make up the local assembly. So at the end of the day, the church boils down to family units. And if the devil wants to attack the church, the best way the devil can attack the church is to attack those family units. So the things we're seeing, what we're discussing now, boils down to that agenda of the enemy to destroy the family unit. And if you want to destroy the family unit, it is the man you attack. That's why we're having so many things empowering and encouraging women now to disobey the man, including the so-called church. We're getting to the point now where it looks like preachers, when they mount the pulpit, first of all, what they want to do is to encourage women to disobey men. It's getting to that point. Why? Because they feel women are more loyal to the pulpit than men. So they pander to the women. But these things, everything you're seeing, there's a grand conspiracy, there's a plan that if you do not have spiritual eyes, if you're not discerning in the spirit, you will not see. Now, when we understand that, then we can come to discuss mundane things. We can now come to the physical to start looking at causes of divorce. How do we avoid those things? Because the truth is, even they say the spiritual controls the physical. So whatever that is happening in the physical has a root in the supernatural. And what I'm telling you that is in the supernatural natural now, it is a grand conspiracy to destroy the church. The only way the church can be destroyed is to attack the family. The only way you can destroy a family is to destroy the head, which is the father. That is why even the father's position is being challenged. The last time we were talking about weak men and other things like that. All those things are just things that have been orchestrated to what? To complete that agenda, which is to destroy the church, which cannot be destroyed. The Bible said that the gates of hell cannot prevail. So it is written and it is known. The devil looked at that. He heard that. The devil knows the Bible. He hears Christ. He heard all the things Christ said. So when he knows that, so this church, they say I cannot prevail. Now, the devil is a copycat. Just the same way when man sinned, what Christ did was to come down as God and made himself man, because no man can save man. Devil understand that thing now, that, okay, if they say this is not possible, let me look for what looks like it. So what the devil is doing is that, since I cannot destroy the church because the word of God has said to, and the word of God is true, you understand? Can I destroy family? If I destroy all the families, I've destroyed the church. You understand? So he decides, since they have said the church is a no-go area, the gates of hell, we cannot prevail. You cannot prevail. Now, they did not mention family. Let me quickly go to family and go and deal with family. Then he comes to family. Family which make up the church is already hidden in Christ, praying. He now looks at the family and say, okay, make I kukuma buy this man. Make I just cut off this man's head. And then the family is gone. So that is the agenda, which we don't understand, which most women don't understand. So you see women who keep fighting the authority. From when God created mankind, he put the authority on the man. That doesn't make the woman lesser than the man. In fact, in creation, the woman is actually stronger than the man.
Yes, I agree.
Woman is more important, if I may say, than the man. But fortunately, the authority is on the man.
You would agree with that now when you hear
not in the angle you're coming from, so to say.
Medically, the female body is stronger than the male body.
Women are if women, I said something when I see this feminists online dragging and tearing people apart and all of that, I laugh because I don't believe a man is stronger than a woman. If women actually know how strong they are, they won't even be contesting superiority with men. Really, what a woman can body, men can't body it. I'm saying it with my full chest. Men can't body it. If women know how strong they actually are, they won't be dragging, rubbing shoulders with men.
I would like examples.
No,
what can a woman take?
1,000,001. You don't want to go there. Chill.
That's where the problem is.
Seriously.
The problem is this context. The problem is that we have left what is important. God created man and looked at man and said it is not good for man to be alone. And he made him a helpmeet. Do you know what a helpmeet means? If I'll use the home as an example. If you go to a house where they have house help, nobody works like the house help. Nobody can do what the house help can do.
That's true.
You understand? The house help is the engine room, is the machine. So when God by himself said, I will make him a helpmeet. Now, house help God create give man.
I don't agree, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
I'm coming. Now, but he put the authority on the man. What it means, yes, what it means is just like it's just like if you see an army, the infantry is the strength of the army, but the general is the commander. You understand? If you go to war now, if an army engages in a warfare now, and let's say you have a battalion, and in that battalion you have, how many people make up a battalion? Is it 60 or 20, whatever? In that battalion, there's a commander. There's no war that any battalion will fight, and the commander will kill more people than they.
Soldiers, yes.
But it is on his instruction that they carry out. If he says that they should cease fire at any point, if you don't cease fire, he will shoot you on the head. Why? Because he is the authority. That's how it is. The woman is the workforce. The woman is the engine. The woman is everything. But the man is the authority. The problem we have right now is that the devil has succeeded, or God forbid he will not succeed. He's trying to convince the woman that what is important is that authority. So contest for it. You fight for it. You become the authority. That is not what is important. You have been given a role. God is all-knowing. He cannot know more than God. The reason God gave man the authority is because a man's emotion is not questionable like a woman's emotion. What she's saying about a woman being stronger than the one, the reason you want to argue is because you are looking at your emotions, how you can control your emotions, and how the woman is not able to control emotions. God understood the configuration of the woman and gave the man authority because he knows that the man being in authority, this woman will do better with the man in authority.
Yeah.
You understand?
I mean no disrespect to women folk. I know the body that they have to carry, tight beds, monthly cycles and so on, feeding, nursing and all that, body changes and all that, that they have to go through.
Right.
But I do not agree that they are stronger than the man, either physically or mentally. See, my hair don't they recede. My hairline, don't they dress go back because of what they carry. I'm carrying both the woman's.
Wait till you say they carry.
Both the woman's.
So don't go into this argument. Let me tell you why you should not go into this argument.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you why you should not go into this argument. This argument is the argument men carried for centuries, and women at some point decided that let me carry that thing you're carrying. Do you know in the corporate world now, women are doing better than men?
Yes.
Coming. Listen.
Very true.
So this argument you want to bring forward is culture. It is not natural. It is culture that relegated the woman. Men selfishly. In the olden days, men didn't want women to eat egg. They told them not to farm. They didn't want women to see the spoils when they harvest.
Women don't eat gizzard. When they kill chicken, women don't eat gizzard. They said it's
gizzard
men.
was the most interesting part of the chicken. And
Only men.
They now wrap it around culture.
Today, when I want to eat gizzard, I feel guilty.
And we, instead of us to focus on what God made family unit to be like, we started pushing this argument, push the narrative to the point that women now said, okay, you know what? That work where they go do outside, we just they do them. Look at football now. You have female referees running around, and they are more wicked than the male referees. You have female players. Why? Because we have been pushing this narrative of that we get power, that we they do. They now say that thing you're doing. MCN advert. The next thing they said is that they have 45% women in management.
Yeah.
It is what you have been pushing this hair where they show where they recede. They will do it and their own hair will not recede.
Does
this?
I'll give you an example now. I can mention 2 or 3 women in Nigeria now that have been tirelessly working. They are in the corporate world doing everything. Nothing don't happen to them. The men we don't try, all of them don't die finish. They don't faint, they don't fall. The ones we see their life are seeing doctor every month. The women are not going anywhere. They sleep when they sleep 8 hours. They wake up, drink coke, eat everything, go. Nothing is happening to them. Any man waiting and before you know he's on BP drugs or something else. So listen, that argument, leave it. It is the devil that pushed men to the point where they push that argument, and now women are challenged. That's why you have all these women inclusion, women in this, now they are saying women are in politics, women are everywhere.
I think what's affecting those men is neglect too. Those men that you mentioned. See, men, it's one of the reasons why we looked at the topic of weak men. When we see the things that men have to deal with, I understand that, yes, we have said that earlier. I don't have to overflog it so that the women will not think one thing is... what men are going through, one of those things you said is neglect. That man, for example, maybe he's a grandpa. His wife has gone for Omugo. He is still on his own.
So if you're talking about neglect,
why?
Now, hold on. If you're talking about neglect now, so what you're saying is that the man needs the woman.
Exactly. I don't.
Does the woman need the man? Have you ever heard any woman say, "My husband relocated to America, so I'm dying because he's not here"? Have you ever heard that from anyone before?
We need to know why.
I'm asking you.
We need to know why.
No, you. Have you heard it from anyone before?
We need to know why.
Have you heard it from anyone before? You will never hear a woman say, "My husband relocated."
Yes.
Or so now I'm now dying. Why are men the only ones dying once women leave them?
That is to say that the men cannot do without the women.
It is not that they cannot do without the women. God has made it in such a way that the woman is the helpmeet to the man, but the man is the authority over the woman. Right. And when we say man is authority over the woman, it doesn't mean that I walk out on the road tomorrow and see a woman passing and say, "Hey, you come here, I'm authority over you." You know, it is in the family, the home. It is when
every woman.
No, not every woman. You are only authority to the woman that has, by herself, decided to submit. You understand? So you see, this thing called woman is very powerful, and God made it so. See, let me tell you, I believe God will answer the prayer of a woman before he answers the prayer of a man. I believe so. And when we say, we always talk about prayers of our mothers. Our mothers are women. Have you ever heard anybody saying prayers of our fathers? The only thing you hear is that don't let your father curse you. You understand? That's the only thing you hear. So listen, order, just like in heaven, there should be order in the family unit. What the enemy has done is to attack that order, attack that head, which is the man, attack the authority. And attack doesn't necessarily mean that he has picked arrow to shoot you. He can shoot ideas into your head, which is what you're saying now, showing your hairline receding and things like that. He's shooting wrong ideas into the minds of so many men that they have left what the focus is. Some men don't want to allow their wife to excel or to do well. Why? Because they think if she does, she's going to challenge their authority, or they think that if she does, then I'm a nobody. Then suddenly everybody around will start looking at me like I'm a nobody. My wife is doing better than me. That's not it. If you understand your role as a man, that you are the one who carry the authority. Do you know what it means to carry authority? In fact, if you understand your role as a man, you will not have problem in life. Just like a woman too. If you as a woman in marriage, you understand your role as a woman, you understand what you are, what you bring to the table. You understand? There won't be problem. So the problem we're having, what is leading mostly to this divorce we want to discuss now, is that misrepresentation of who you are in marriage. People have been giving wrong ideas. So women, it's just like I told somebody one day, I said, listen, go and bring all the women who are fighting for feminism, women inclusion. You find out that most of them are women who do not have a happy man at home. It's either they don't have at all, or the one they have has no head. Let me put it that way. You understand? You will hardly find any reasonable woman who understands her role in the family, her role at home, who is living with a happy man, who also understands what his role is, who is not threatened by the woman's presence or achievement. You hardly find any such woman fighting for women inclusion or anything, because I
agree with that.
It doesn't make sense.
I totally agree.
You want to say something?
Please, can you define what authority means in this term,
In the context of marriage.
in this context of marriage.
Okay, so
what do you define is
authority has only one meaning. Whether marriage, whether state, whether home, whether authority has one meaning. Authority simply means the one whose responsibility is to give direction, make decision, and make sure everything goes
the
well.
one who takes charge.
Yes, that's what authority is.
Okay, sir. So I do not believe in divorce, by the way.
Okay.
But I believe in separation.
How do you?
Why do you mean separation?
I believe in separation in the sense that there are certain situations that can guarantee a couples to take a break if need be.
Take a break
it
to
doesn't
come back,
mean to come back.
possibly.
Yes. Not leaving completely, not divorcing completely.
But is there
so these are just terms that human beings have come up with to
separation and divorce. It's not
to live, to survive. In context, if you and somebody come together, you are a union. That you people went to church and paid the priest to come and stand with you while you're wearing white is just a show. The day you and the next man says, I want to live with you, and you say, I accept, the next thing is for you to tell your parents, which is to make it formal.
Yes.
So this family will know that this family are now our in-laws. Our son and their daughter have decided to coexist. The day two of you look yourself in the eyes and say, I don't want to see you again, get out, go. Whether you call it separation, whether you call it divorce, that is the day you people have separated.
I do not agree, sir.
So that's the day.
I don't agree to this one, sir.
You don't have to agree. Do you know?
Yes.
If the devil is able to convince you to separate, once you separate, you leave and be looking for another person. He don't put you where you did. If you are lucky, God bless you. You are lucky to realize someday that you took a wrong step, and you're able to say, okay, what really caused this? This. Let's mend the fence, and you come back. You are blessed because what happens is that God has intervened in your case. Most separations don't come back.
So are you now saying there is no under no circumstance where a couple should separate, no matter what?
That's my own opinion.
In your opinion?
Yes.
Okay. Let me come from this angle.
Yeah.
Like I said, on the basis of separation, there are some factors that I can consider why a couple can't separate for a period of time and see the possibility of fixing up and then coming back together. Let me cite a typical example. Right. In a situation where the marriage gets really toxic in the sense that it became violent, for whatever reasons, there is now violence, gender-based violence. Not just when people hear domestic violence, they look towards the man.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it's coming from the woman.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I said gender-based. So, and in such toxicity, I would really support that the couple take a break. I think maybe when they are able to separate for a while and then figure things out, maybe they can now see where the issues are and fix up. That's why I said it's quite different from divorce.
Okay, sorry, let me add.
It's quite different.
There's an example that's
yes,
we all know.
It's quite different from
the artist, the gospel artist.
We don't all know. If you know, tell us.
Passed away. That was beaten by what do you mean you don't know? It was in the news.
Let's get the story.
On social media.
Yes, it was everywhere.
Let's hear the story.
She was beaten to death by her husband.
No, I don't know about it.
Okay, I'm surprised that we don't know.
Oh, are you talking about the one that happened in was that 2021 or thereabouts?
I think
the popular gospel artist female that.
Yes, that happened.
I don't think the story was that she was beaten to death. She died. Out of complications.
And they found out that she was maltreated.
Later, we now found out.
And then some friends started coming out to say they noticed this, they noticed that. So just to buttress what you say, would you?
That is a typical example.
So
there should be separation.
You guys are pushing 2 steps forward. You understand? We are speaking about an ideal scenario. In marriage, the ideal thing is peace, love, and unity. That's what I preach. That's what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot be in a marriage where there is abuse. First of all, I don't know how to fight. I will not encourage anybody to fight. And if you want to fight me, I will leave before you throw the punch. So I don't understand that whole... We trying to discuss, is it right to separate or to divorce? Is creating room for abnormality.
No, but these conversations
No, but
are
it's
there.
a conversation. These are the issues that
real
the
life
marriages are facing in,
No, you're jumping.
within
in these
the
days.
Christians.
You're
These are the
realities.
realities, sir.
You're jumping.
Even within
you're jumping.
Christians.
If you say that there's toxicity in marriage, if you say that there's abuse in marriage, how did you get to that point? First of all, what caused that hitting? Before a man will lift a finger, a woman will lift a hand and load a slap on another person. How did we get to that point? There must be something. Let's deal with those things first.
Okay.
Is either insult or disrespect, honestly, which is why
infidelity,
which is why we're talking
likes.
about the role of the man. That if the man understands that he's in authority, and the woman also understands that the man is in authority, there will not be any beating, no hitting. You understand? So if we have established that
So
yes,
what you're saying in essence, sir, is that domestic violence or domestic momolity is
Gender-based violence.
is a result, is a reaction, not a main action, not the primary action.
It's not their problem. It's not the primary.
It's cost.
For
Yes,
every
it's not
reaction,
the
there's
root cause.
definitely an
Exactly.
action, a
It's-
trigger.
Is the outcome
No, okay.
of so many other things. You understand? So that outcome, because you see, let me tell you, a man that will lift his hand and slap the wife because the wife disrespected him is better than the man you would disrespect and he will not slap you and he will keep quiet and he will quietly kill you. You understand?
Wow.
And he will stand over your funeral and cry and people will be rubbing his back. Sorry. How did he kill you? He did not shoot you. He used treatment to kill you. As in, you will die out of frustration. Especially when it comes from the woman to the man.
Emotional torture and the likes.
So if you're talking about somebody hits you and there are men who are already dying, nobody has hit them. And nobody may probably hit them until they die, God forbid. You understand? That thing that they said to you and you loaded the person's slap is being said to them every minute. But nobody is loading anybody's slap. So what that thing is doing is that it's gradually killing them from the inside.
Self-esteem and all that.
You understand? It's killing them from the inside. Especially, okay, like the infidelity you mentioned.
Yes, sir.
There are so many men that are gradually dying. They know their wife, they know the person their wife is cheating with, but there's nothing they can do. First of all, they do not have any real proof because they have not met them together in a room before, but they know. You understand? So what they do is that they are gradually dying. And if care is not taken, they will die. You understand? But there's no exchange of any blow. There's no report anywhere, no meeting anywhere, but they gradually kill them. So that's why I said that what we should be looking at, what we should be preaching in marriage is the ideal scenario. Once it is not ideal, it is not right. Whatever decision now you take in an unideal situation or whatever you do in an unideal situation, that we can now look into by saying that, okay, what if it gets to the point where I am physically abused? What do I do? We can now look at that. But first of all, what we're looking at is we're looking at marriage, we're looking at divorces in Christendom. What is causing it? Why is it rampant? Why is it suddenly looking like it's
on the rise?
Being accommodated? It's been as if in the church today now, there's a room where you can walk through and come out on the other side divorced and nothing. You understand? It is commonplace now. It's so commonplace now that even so many of our men of God who stand on the pulpit are now divorced. But we also read in the Bible where Paul said that for you to be a bishop, you must be a husband of one wife. What is a bishop? Every pastor is a bishop. So what it means is that once you're not a husband of one wife, please step down from that position. But we're not seeing that anymore. Why? Because we are getting to the point where these things are now commonplace. We now see it like, if you know what, come out. And the excuse we quickly make, we that are Christians now, is this one of toxicity. I can't stay anymore because he's hitting me. Why is he hitting you? Is he a madman? How many Shana Bashali? You understand? Why are you the one he's hitting? Nobody's looking at that. And I'm telling you that it is because you have not recognized that the man is in authority. That's the only reason the man will hit you. No man is a madman.
Sir, I think you should balance this. No. You're speaking for the man.
No, I'm not done.
Okay, let's listen.
I'm not done.
This place you're entering.
I'm not done. I'm inside it already. So the reason there's that toxicity is because one, either the woman does not understand that the man, for a man to know that he's in authority is one. For the woman to understand that the man is in authority is two. Same way with the man. For you to know that your wife is there for you to be protected and she's your helpmeet. And you know what a helpmeet means? Your helpmeet, you cannot call somebody your helpmeet and you don't allow that person room to render that help to you.
These are real issues.
In different ways, exactly. So it is that understanding, it is lack of that understanding that creates the problems that you are looking at solution to the problem. No, let's look at the root cause. Why do we have such problems? Why we pray every day, we say we are led by the Spirit of God, we are done this. It's not true. If you are led by the Spirit of God, first of all, where it will show is in your home and the kind of decisions you make.
That is true.
And I always tell people,
yes,
listen, when I step out and I see somebody say you are a man of God, that you are led by the Spirit of God, and I'm looking at you, your shoe to your trouser is very dusty and everything, you are not led by the Spirit of God. If your trouser is dirty, the Spirit of God, let me tell you how the Spirit of God gets involved in so insignificant things that you will not understand. So there are some things you come out and you are experiencing, and I tell you are led by the Spirit of God. I say, no, the Spirit of God is present in your life, but you don't allow it to lead you. You don't allow the Spirit to lead you. And that's what we have. We have so many Christians because, yes, the Spirit of God is everywhere. Even I'm robber, Spirit of God, they near them. Otherwise, people will not repent. For a man to suddenly realize and repent means that Spirit of God convinced the person. You understand? So we need to understand that these things are not far-fetched. They are there, but we have not seen them. If I recognize that I'm in authority, then I should also recognize my helpmeet and her role and respect her position, and also know that I'm only in authority because she has decided to yield.
Yes.
Listen, if there's no sheep, there can't be a shepherd.
That's true.
You understand? So we being in authority is not, we did not fall from heaven. Somebody accepted to put you in a position of authority. You must recognize and respect that, so that that person can respect and recognize that authority. It's just like a pastor. If you wake up in the morning and you enter church and you stand on the pulpit and there's no congregation, your pastor is of no use. There has to be a congregation for there to be a priest. So each time a priest is standing on the pulpit, you should thank God for these people that have agreed to sit here and listen to your instruction, first and foremost. Then they will also thank God for calling you and you accepting the call. It's a two-way thing. It's not one way. And we must understand that in marriage. Until we understand that, divorce will continue to be on the rise because there's an agenda to make us not to understand that. Now, when we understand that, then we now can start looking at things we need to do to make the marriage work. The man needs to be responsible. He needs to be up and doing. He needs to bring protection to his family. He needs to love his wife. He needs to protect her. He needs to shield her from every other element around apart from himself. When you understand these things, then the woman also will understand that she is the woman. She has to be the virtuous woman. You need to support this man. You need to make him your king. You need to worship him above any man. If we understand these things, then it will now lead us to, if you as a man understand this thing, then you need to start thinking about, is my wife happy? What makes a woman happy? She needs to be satisfied sexually. She needs to be satisfied emotionally.
Yes.
She needs to be satisfied, which other means?
Financially. That's the
financial security.
Financially will bring emotional. If there's no finance, she will not be satisfied emotionally.
Yes.
I think so.
They are together.
But at least, okay, let's mention it. Sexually,
right?
Emotionally, financially, and she needs to be covered spiritually.
Yes.
You understand? So now when you understand that one, that's when, if you now understand that your wife needs to be satisfied sexually, that's when you now know that you cannot be a 2-minute man in the house. If you're a 2-minute man, you start looking for solutions. Listen, Let us not shy away from this thing. That's the problem.
The pulpit shies away from these topics, and that is why marriages. Yes, that is why. No, really, if our preachers begin to speak the truth, if they begin to speak these things, I think it will save a lot of homes from them.
So it is in the understanding. You can't speak about what you don't know.
What you have not experienced.
If you see how I'm bringing it from the spiritual, we're getting to where you people wanted to jump to that. I said, no, you guys are jumping. You understand?
Okay, so
we need to understand this thing. If a woman is not satisfied sexually, you cannot be happy in that house. Do you know now when any man comes to me, one of my friends came to me and was telling me about his wife left. The first thing I asked him, I say, how is your sexual life? He kept quiet. He didn't discuss the topic again. I knew that was their problem. You understand? If you see a woman that is not satisfied sexually, that house, nobody can stay. You cannot stay. Your siblings cannot come. If you're not careful, your children go self. Because if they look their face, now you in the see.
Go collect.
You understand? One, it is even easier for a woman not to be satisfied financially than for her not to be satisfied sexually. When a woman is not satisfied financially and sexually she's satisfied, and emotionally you are available, she'll be praying for you.
That emotional availability is the issue.
She'll be praying for you and hoping that God will show you way so that it will bring financial.
Yes.
You understand? Stability.
Yes.
Maybe it will take a longer time before she'll be fed up. Maybe it will take a longer time before things outside will start entering her eyes. But you see that sexual one, they reach 6 months. Sexual dissatisfaction, they reach 6 months.
Sir, you see,
woman will turn everywhere upside down.
Everything I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. Yes. And most times, I think men don't understand that there are levels to these things. They don't know how important these things are to us.
Exactly.
Just like you said, sir, a sexually satisfied woman, I believe in this saying, happy wife, happy home.
Wow.
Most men don't
believe in that statement.
I believe in that statement
100
times
you will tell us
that's a very
100 times.
Happy what?
Happy wife,
happy
home.
Brings a happy home.
Okay.
Yes. Women don't function in places where they are disoriented. For instance, I'm a woman. Imagine a man who leaves his wife sometimes for a month or two. They sleep and wake up in the same home. The man does not consider. It doesn't even end with the sex.
Maybe
there
the
are so many.
They
are intimate. Me personally, I like to enjoy some intimate moments with my husband. Away from the laptops, away from the walk, and all of that. Away from the screens, right? I just want to cuddle up to you. I just want to lie down and tell you some things. I want to talk to you about. Yes, I want to say some sweet things. I want to tell you about my fears. I want to discuss some
all this national
things.
grid that's collapsing every day. Oh my God.
I want to.
No,
I wouldn't want a physically present husband who is emotionally unavailable.
Unavailable, yes.
I don't want that. So imagine a man. Okay, worst case scenario, you can't sleep. They wake up for house. With your wife, no quality, nothing, no and you go wake up, you go dress, you go walk. I mean, do men really think? My question is,
so much.
Do men really think about these things? Do they know that?
Some men don't.
Sir, let me also say this. I hear this saying a lot that men are polygamous in nature. I do not agree to that term, by the way. I'll tell you why I do not agree. It's because it's not a biblical standard.
Okay.
It's not a God standard.
Okay.
Man, in whose image was man created? In God's image.
Right.
God is not like that. He doesn't have that character. So why will you say men are where did that talk? That idea? Who sold that idea to the men?
Right.
That men are polygamous in nature. I do not believe in it. I don't represent it. I don't believe in it. So now, these men, sometimes it will baffle you to know that they have side chicks outside. So the same thing you starve your wife off at home, you now take it to the folks outside. Now tell me, how is that marriage supposed to be a happy one? How is that home supposed to be a happy one?
Yeah.
When the woman is not happy, everything is, it's not, it can't work. It can't work.
Is there anything, not to cut you, is there anything that a wife can learn from a side chick? Is there anything that a side chick might be? It's one of the topics we've discussed here. Side chick.
There's so much a wife can learn from a side chick. But the problem is, men are not sincere. Because, and the reason most times men are not sincere is because of the effect of that sincerity when they try to be. Now, let me tell you why most men run to side chicks. When there's no side chick that you enter her house and she'll be smelling of okra. It's not possible. There's hardly a side chick that you enter her house and see her tie wrapper to her chest. If a side chick hears that you're coming, she's going to have a bag, she's going to do her nails, she's going to wear bomb shot. You know bomb shot, that one that shows the cheek of the bomb.
So married women do even better these days.
Hold on, we're coming now.
Yes,
wait, now. Some married women are picking up.
Some, I like that term, some.
But there's still a whole lot of women, especially those ones living in Agor area. That Agor, Mafoluku, they will tie wrapper on their chest and stand on the balcony. It don't come back.
That's crazy.
As the man is coming up, the whole stairwell, everywhere is smelling of a goosey. You understand? A man who has had a hard day. You understand? Then he walks in, you make 3 cups of ebago full plate, full soup. Listen, his colleague in the office just told him, you're going a pot belly. He's struggling with that. He's entering home. You ask his smelling of a goosey, you don't load down with that kind of food again. He's not going to come back tomorrow. After work tomorrow, he's going to branch somewhere. That's how side chick starts.
Yeah. So there's a lot that women can.
So the side chicks
learn.
Wise women, what they do is that they make sure they are following competition.
Yes.
You understand?
So
they dress well, they look
put
good.
It to you that
when they want to cook, they close all the doors, cook in the kitchen, open outside, make the smell go outside. Once they are leaving that kitchen, they're going to go and have their bag.
So I put it to you that they are married women.
That you carry that what is the body?
Sir, I put it to you. That they are married women that are doing even better than side chicks these days.
Very true.
They are highly competitive.
Very true.
Talk about being sexy. Come on now, give it to them. They will bring you to your toes. I'm not joking. They are crazy, nasty.
But you know there's another problem.
But sir, why are men always excused?
There's another problem.
Why are men always excused?
We're not excusing anybody on this
table. They are always excused. In the outside world, I'm not talking about in Talk True podcast. In the outside world, why are men always excused?
I'll tell you why. If I say this now, women will come after me. I want to tell you why.
Let me just say this. Do you know that women are as much as men think they get, they'll sell you stories like, for instance, you catch your husband cheating and he'll sell you this story of, now she tempts me. Now devil walk, now temptation. I don't even know how I found myself. Why are men always excused? Do you know that women get just as much as men get tempted, women get tempted too?
Oh, really? We thought women don't get tempted.
Oh my God.
But women act like they don't get tempted.
Oh my God.
Women behave like like they don't get tempted.
No. See, women get tempted.
Women get seduced
10 times over.
Oh, really? We didn't know?
Yes, I will share some experiences.
I didn't know.
10 times over.
I didn't know.
The truth is,
I thought women don't get tempted.
Do you know that the men of these days, do you know they prefer married women?
You know why? There's a reason.
Because they feel they are more vulnerable.
No, that's not the reason.
That is one of the reasons.
No.
That is one of the reasons.
No, that's not the reason.
Let me say this. Let me
tell you the reason why.
From a man's perspective.
Yes, let me tell you the reason why men go for married women. They come with no responsibility.
No. That's not the reason.
Yeah, listen,
that's not the major reason.
I'm telling you.
No.
Yeah, listen to me. If I'm sure there are some women listening to me now, and I'm sure there are women that have been separated or divorced that will hear what I want to say now. Before that, your separation, just shortly before that, your divorce, the man was all over you, telling you, leave this man. I will rent house for you. Please, 6 months after that, your divorce, is the man still with you? No, he will not.
Okay,
why? Because you now come with responsibility.
No. Nobody can face after election.
Men love a wolf.
No.
See, when we were growing
man is telling you,
they
argue with man.
No. I agree with what he's saying, but there is more. There is more to this.
I'm telling you the main reason. Leave more to it. Have you heard of the word Oshofri? Have you heard of the word Oshofri?
Yes.
Any man.
That's where those words come from.
Any man who says that there's any better thing in life than Oshofri is not telling the truth. There's nothing like what you are getting for
if
free.
Bele enter,
yes.
the owner day.
Yes. That's not.
Okay.
A married woman will not call you that her car is bad When her car is bad, she'll call her husband.
Oh
A married woman will not call you that the
my
bulb in her
God.
toilet is dead, that she come and help her change it. She will not tell you that that she's bored though. Come and no.
But these are what single moms, single women and separate.
Yes, come with.
Exactly.
So the minute you now separate and you're waiting on that man, he loves me, he's going to come and be with you for where. That's why you see most women, they are in marriage, they're having problem in marriage. A man will tell them, leave him, I will marry you. If you leave him 3 years after I have left him, where are you? He will tell you that hold on, that he's trying
What
to
if she doesn't want to marry him?
They're telling you
in as much as I understand all you have just stated, men, what I want to establish is that men don't know women also good. I'm talking about the men that emotionally neglect their wives.
Okay.
Women get tempted too.
Sure.
Sometimes you are not even her spec. You know, I ask my husband some questions sometimes. I say, what happens when love disappears? What happens when love
Friendship is supposed to...
When love is no longer enough to hold the bond strong? What happens?
Friendship is supposed to come in
now,
at that point.
that's me. In my opinion, I value friendship more than love. I don't know. I'm speaking from my own. When that friendship is there, it can still hold firm. Things can still be workable. But when there is neglect, you don't even know my fears. You don't even know when there's emotional neglect. You don't know what I'm going through. You know nothing.
So
it's
that's
just
the cause
like
of infidelity now.
Yes,
Especially from the woman's side.
most of the time, emotional absence, unavailability is what leads to these things. Now, that attention you're not giving her. There's one fine bobo, sweet bobo somewhere that is, that notices that this woman is alone. She's emotionally, and trust, men are very crafty. Men, they know these things. Yes. They know when a woman is being loved right at home.
Yes. They know when
they know when a woman is lonely. You are married, but you are lonely.
Yes.
Sometimes our issues are not even money. Yes. Funny enough, women love husbands who can provide. A man should provide. That's God's original arrangement.
On a scale, money is the third. On a scale.
Yes.
In marriage, money is the
but
third.
Some husbands,
the first one is sex. The second one is emotion.
Yes.
Then money.
Some husbands don't even know this fact. Some husbands.
One and two will make the woman cheat. The third one will make her very angry all the time. 1 and 2 will make her cheat. Sex and yes.
So what if I tell you there are husbands who don't even have all three? Now where does such a wife run
but
to?
They are not God. Now why would any man have 3?
No, I'm saying
out of these 3, if you have 2,
out of the 3, you don't have 1. That's what I'm saying. In such cases, now the society tends to blame the woman most of the time, but they don't see our pain. They don't see where these things are coming from.
I'll tell you why the society blames the woman.
Because they feel women should take every garbage. I hear people say things like, "Now, woman, the whole house." I don't believe in that.
Why?
It takes 2.
No, the one who's the house.
It takes cooperation. Marriage is partnership. You bring your A game. I bring my A game. We work together as a team.
Do you have younger ones?
I have 2 younger ones.
Have they stayed in your house before?
We've lived together before.
Do you know if you come to a home where you see the siblings of the wife and the siblings of the husband come to the house, the siblings of the wife are usually more comfortable?
Oh, definitely.
Why? The woman controls the house. Where is the house? The house is in the kitchen. They say that the way to a man's heart is through his what?
Stomach.
So the kitchen is the power engine of any house. So who controls the kitchen? The woman. Whoever controls the kitchen controls the house. Yesterday was my birthday. We spent all the time in the kitchen. Everyone who came to my house yesterday came to the kitchen.
Right.
Why? Because the food for the birthday was in the kitchen. Who was in control of the food? My wife.
Yes.
If she didn't give you food yesterday, you will not eat. The people who were my siblings and people who are related to me by blood, I kept asking her, have they eaten? Have you given this person food? I never asked her, or I will never ask about anybody who is her blood. Why? She's in control. It is natural. So when they say the woman runs the home, it doesn't mean the woman is the authority in the home. The woman is the engine room.
True.
Okay, I can agree with that.
You see the point where I
can agree with
the area that this point is coming from, but that the woman actually handles the home. It's not from being the authority of the home.
Yes.
It's from being the engine.
Why will a woman supposed to be the authority?
Yeah,
like I said, that's not. I didn't even go that route at all. I'm saying they always pin the failure most times our society.
And I will tell you why. If you
they
want to
pin
listen,
the failure of a marriage to a woman.
I will tell you why.
And in most cases, it's not even the truth.
No,
but
the truth.
No. See,
statistically, it's the same.
90%. Let me say 80%. Any failed marriage is the woman's fault, and I will tell you why.
62%
Until the woman gives up the marriage. See, do you know some men don't even have the boldness to say, I want to divorce? They are tired of the marriage, but as long as the wife is still grinding, they are grinding.
So most men are users. Most men are users,
especially
the men who see their wives as refuse dump. They can do anything and they expect a woman to take it in. And if it's vice versa, they can't take it.
That's why you love him now.
How does a man use his own wife? In what way?
Okay, there are many ways a man can use you. They gaslight you, emotionally abuse you. You know, they what's this word?
Do you love him?
Must have been triggered by something.
No. Most men are manipulative.
Do you love him?
Yes, most men are manipulative.
What do you do for the man?
Do you
most men are manipulative. They want to manipulate you into their own. For instance, I know men. I have seen or I've heard about men who believe women don't have says. Deal with it. Okay, I have said this class should be here and it should be here, and there is nothing you want to say about it.
Do you know what they call mumu button?
You don't have the man's mumu button.
You don't have his mumu button. That's the problem.
No,
I asked you a question. I said, do you love him? Do you have his mumu button?
Even though the woman knows that this thing should be better off here.
I advise
it makes
anybody.
More sense that it should
once
be
you
here.
get into marriage, the first thing you're going to do is to look for the mumu button of the person you have married.
All right.
You understand? That's why I keep telling you, why do you take your problem to the pastor? The pastor does not have the man's mumu button. If you marry anybody, whether man or woman, look for the person's mumu button. Once you have somebody's mumu button, there's no problem at home. This thing you said now that he emotionally abuse you, the only time you see abuse in a relationship is when there's no love. Bible said that love covers multitude of words.
What if the love is one-sided?
How do you mean?
What if the love is one-sided?
Why would you marry someone who
from the wife
does not love you?
Coming from the wife?
Yes.
Why would you marry somebody who does not love you?
What if he doesn't love you as much as you love him? Men are selfish.
Yeah, they measure love.
Most men are selfish people.
No, they measure love.
People express love differently.
Yeah, they measure love.
What if you're not loving me right? What if you're not loving me in the language that I understand?
You teach him now how to love you right.
What if he doesn't want to learn? Some men are not intentional.
But
they don't even want. They're not even open enough to learn.
Before marrying him now.
We are coming back.
No, what if he sells a different person to
this
you?
Is your question,
most
sir.
Times, most times
so that means the woman was
most times when you marry, you go call the sides where you know they see for relationship.
Now woman be that.
Some women prefer the relationship of the marriage.
No,
really, sir. Really, most of the I am a married woman, by the way. Most of the battles I have had to fight in my marriage were things that I never saw. Flags I never saw when we were dating.
Don't finish wedding. Everybody I don't play now.
It's not even about wedding.
So
it's not about the
wedding. I've had scenarios where we had that moment, and in the process I said things like if I saw one quarter
grow older, we change, we evolve.
Yes, now.
See for make me marry.
As we grow older,
I say things like that.
As we grow older,
you understand?
We evolve, we change.
Exactly.
As we grow older, we change.
But do you think it's both ways too? Do you think the husband is also seeing sides
that he didn't
in the
see?
woman?
Yes, it's very
worse on the man's part.
Me, I like to strike a balance. It's very possible. I'm not one-sided.
Yeah.
I am not. I'm speaking real life situations. These things happen. No matter how we try to shy away from it, these things happen. Talking about infidelity. So a man can go out and cheat and do rubbish and then come back and you should take him in and clean him up.
You heard the words of Jesus.
When it's
you heard the words of Jesus.
And when it's vice versa, that woman should be condemned to death.
That one is a society.
So
it's our culture. It's not our fault.
How do we balance this?
It cannot be balanced.
How do we stop it? These things give the men edge. It gives the men an edge over women. So most men begin to justify this with their lame excuses why a man should be polygamous in nature and why a man should continue to cheat and rub it in, and a woman should sit back. You own the home. After you don't go do, you go come back and meet you now.
But
let me come in.
I do not like that.
Does this happen within the context of Christian homes? All these things you're saying.
What?
It
happens more in Christian homes, sir.
Let me come in here. It's not fair. I admit it's not fair. But the man is the head. The man gets away a lot of things. It's not. Is it fair? No. Is it true? Yes. That the man gets away with a lot of things.
Right.
A man.
Why are you saying it's not fair?
It's not fair because
that's how nature.
That's how nature. Yes.
And I'll tell you, when we're talking about men being polygamous, yes, men are polygamous. The only thing that happens is that when we're in Christ Jesus, all things are new.
Absolutely.
We're a new creation. Apart from that, listen, let me tell you, world population now, for every man, you have like 5 or 6 women. Are you aware?
I know.
Nature made it so. Why would nature make it so? So who will take those 5 women?
Those are the things I was driving at. Even our Lord Jesus said, time will come.
So life by itself has given each man 5 women.
Exactly. Our Lord Jesus said, time will come.
God said
one women will come and beg a man. Let me just bear your name.
Adam 5 women.
Very true.
From the foundation,
hold on.
God gave Adam 1 wife, and that is God's standard.
God
did not.
That was just the beginning.
Polygamy agreed.
All the senior men we respect in the Bible. Abraham.
No.
Jacob,
agreed,
and so on.
There's a man in the Bible.
All the senior men had multiple women
that slept with somebody's wife, and God now said to him
if
that
you
of
wanted
all
more,
women,
yes, if you wanted more women, I would have given you.
Why this one? See, so which means that they are available to him. God did not say, why did you leave only
you
your
must
wife?
marry one woman.
God said, of all, if you wanted
so
women,
why
of all
did
the
God
women,
not create 2 wives for Adam? Nobody has been able to answer that
question. He has answered you. They were just starting.
They were just starting.
As woman get wahala, she will just rush Adam with 2
women.
women.
Okay, I not say woman get wahala. Why una not manage that one wahala? Why you won't get 5, 6 wahala?
So that the wahala will face the wahala. It's a mathematical equation.
I do not agree. I don't think it's a God standard. It's not a God standard to marry more than 1 wife.
It's easier for the man to manage than one wife.
Even instead of the woman to be disturbing you, let the woman be disturbing the other woman.
Yes.
Use multiple wives.
That's a very selfish thing to
say.
I'm saying that's
a very selfish thing. It does not have any advantage.
So let's go back to the Christian.
I do not believe in polygamy. I don't stand for it. I don't believe in it.
Listen to the words of Jesus. So he said, time shall come where 7 women shall cling to one man and say, can we just bear your name?
That time is now.
See,
it will not happen.
That time is now.
No. Is it what is happening?
How can you say what Jesus said will not happen?
If my husband wants to take a second wife, I will leave.
Why?
Like I do
you are the one dividing what God has joined together.
So you're going to divorce your husband.
God did not join you and another woman.
If you leave, where will you
God did not join him with another woman.
I
do not believe in
going
polygamy.
Against,
I don't stand for it.
What God has joined together, no man should put asunder.
That is not true.
So you can't leave your marriage for one.
That is not true.
The
same way men will say,
no.
You can't leave your marriage because of one side chick outside. When you were going out with the side chick, you didn't know. You didn't know the damage it could do. If you love, sir, it brings us down to, I want to say this and I want to balance it by saying this. It brings us down to, from the beginning of this conversation, we linked marriage to we being God's love, we being his body. And there is nothing that we as the body of Christ can do to Christ. The Bible says in Ephesians that husbands love your wife as Christ loves the church. So if wife, of course, submit to your own husband, not to anything else. Submit to your own husband.
Right.
Now the question is, who do you submit to? A man who is a husband.
The Bible did not define
a man who is that is what the Bible says.
Husband,
so who is a man who is a husband?
The husband. A husband is a husband.
The
husband is a husband that is fulfilled.
There was a special woman in the Bible that King David met.
No, you didn't even allow me finish what I wanted to say. Let me say, so I don't forget. Okay, so there is nothing, I want to end by saying there is nothing the body of Christ will ever do to Christ that will make Christ send it away, send us away, or leave us alone. If a man understands this, then I think
there's nothing the wife will do.
No. Then I think it will help him understand
there's something
why
that the body will do to Christ that Christ will send the body away.
No, there is nothing. Christ died for this same body. Christ linked the kind of love, his love for us is unconditional. And that is how he expects the husband to love his wife. The love should not have a condition. The love should not have an if situation. Love her just as Christ loves the church. That was the instruction that he gave.
Yes.
So if you can love your wife as Christ loves the church, I think it will make the issues.
I just wanted to clarify.
Lesser. Yes.
Unconditional.
That Jesus said, if one part of your body would stop you from going to the kingdom, cut it off. You understand? And man and woman became one. One body, that's what the Bible says. So the woman is a part of that body. If there's any union that would lead somebody to hell, it's best to cut it off and to go to heaven on my. After all,
Jesus Christ wife said, is not a part of your body.
Jesus Christ said, in heaven,
the wife is not a part of your body.
In heaven, they are not married. They are neither married. There's no marriage in heaven because we are all.
The wife is not part
married.
of your body.
He said the two shall become one flesh. That's what he talked.
One flesh.
So okay.
So how do you say, if they say something is one flesh, how do you not say one is part? One flesh.
Okay. If we look at it that way, but I know, according to the words of Jesus Christ, infidelity is grounds for divorce. Is forgiveness better than divorce?
Their marriages are still going.
Yes. It's forgiveness. Is forgiveness better than divorce? Definitely. But Jesus Christ is quoting the Old Testament too. I think it's the book of Psalms or Proverbs or thereabout. Proverbs. It has to be Proverbs, where he said, "No amount of recompense can be paid to a man whose wife has committed adultery." So Jesus Christ even is admitting that book of Proverbs that, man, if you don't reach adultery, if you say you want divorce. Right. The reason why the divorce for Old Testament in the time of Moses was because people were stubborn. Most men, when they are tired of their wives, they just, give them a bill of divorcement, that's a letter of divorcement, and the marriage has ended, they pick another wife. And that's why that saying comes, where it says, do not forsake the wife of thy youth. Many people think it's actually a compliment. Wife of the youth means say the first wife where you marry.
Right.
Yes,
people go look their wife, they say you're wife of my youth. That means you're planning to marry. All right, I have 10 questions. I don't know if we're rounding up soon.
No, but we've not
yes or no.
We've not touched
we've not balanced
the main issue of divorce within the Christian fold.
And I asked a question before, and you said we were, jumping ahead. So I was saying that aside from infidelity, there are other grounds on which believers separate. I mean, infidelity is the only grounds that Jesus gave. But how come in the midst
But you can't even see believers separate based on infidelity, because believers pretend, even the ones who are cheating will hide it. Because it's a no-no within the Christian fold. So when you see believers separate, most times, the one they quickly jump on is this toxicity that she mentioned. Right. They love that one so much. Another one could be maybe barrenness. Another one could be that the man is not emotionally available. Those are the kind of things you hear from believers, because they would not want to come out and tell you point blank that Zaoza room is not okay. They will not say so, because if they say that, they will look at them like the Scarlet Woman. So instead of them saying that Zaoza room is not okay, they will say that the man is not emotionally available, or they will say that he's not working hard enough, or toxicity that he hits me, or whatever happens. That's what you hear among Christians. And the next thing, they go to the pastor, and then the pastor starts calling the man, saying there are so many men who are unhappy today because their wife carried their matter to the pastor. There are so many men today who will not come to the church again because the pastor discussed their matter openly. And there are so many men who also know their pastor's wrongdoings, one or two, and they say that the pastor is a hypocrite because the wife came to him with issue and he's discussing the issue and making it public. You understand? So the problem is that, like we have established, even the pulpit needs to start teaching who is in authority. Telling a woman that your husband is in authority does not diminish her position, her person, or her achievement.
Sure.
But the truth is that most pastors don't want to say the truth. Why? Because they have seen the tithe the woman brings to church every month. They know it's heavy. They've seen that the woman is the MD of so place, or the group head of so place, and they don't want to offend her. That's the problem. And they don't say the truth anymore. Most times, the problem we have within the Christian fold is that we don't want to say it exactly how it is. Why? For one or two interests. And that is the problem. And then the pastors, you're always seeing the pastor wearing suits, standing on the pulpit, speaking God's word, praying, prophesying, and you think he's the ideal man. And you will not carry your own problem. What happens in your closet to him? The man that you only see on the pulpit, do you know what happens in his own closet?
Pastors have their own challenges too.
I can beat my chest and tell you that most pastors are not living well with their wives. But they come out Daddy Gio and Mommy
They have
Gio.
an image to
Mommy and Daddy here is to protect. You understand? They come, but you have gone to go and expose your wife, expose your husband, expose their innermost secrets, expose their nakedness to somebody that you have not seen his nakedness. I cannot expose my wife's nakedness to a woman I've not seen her own nakedness now. My wife will be disadvantaged. So that is the problem. So that's why this thing is happening. And like I said, there's an agenda that is being pushed. We are just falling victims because of our lack of knowledge and our lack of, discernment to know where this thing is coming from. And we're holding on to things that don't make sense. Also, let us start teaching one another that no matter how spiritual a man is, there's a physical aspect. No matter how spiritual your marriage is, the physical aspect of your marriage comes before the spiritual. You understand? When they brought a wife for who in the Bible, he looked at the woman and said, I like this one. You understand? Anybody who wants to marry, I keep telling people that no matter if you like fast for 2 million years, tell God to give you wives. The day God will give you the wife, if you look at her and she's not appealing to you physically, you will not marry her. You will go and start praying again. There are very few instances in the Bible or in life where somebody is forced to marry waiting no appeal to them physically. That means say he get work where God want use that thing do. Apart from that, the first appeal in any union is physical. So why would you then get into the marriage and start neglecting the physical aspect of the marriage? Like she said, she likes cuddling, she likes some things. Then you get into marriage and then you want to deprive the person of those. That will be a problem. And these are things we don't say. When we gather, we start looking at, do you pray enough? And when God called me, he told me that he was going to give me a woman that will follow me to go and stay in Makoti because I have planned to be planting beans in Makoti. Nonsense. When there's darkness, do you plant beans? After planting beans, you go to bed at night with that woman. If she's not happy, wake up the next morning, you'll not be able to plant that beans. You understand? So we need to start looking at things from the right perspective. We need to understand these things, that if she said that if a woman is happy, the home is happy.
A happy wife, a happy wife is
a happy home.
Yes.
Yes, it's not true.
I don't agree with that.
It is very true. A happy wife is a happy home.
That statement puts men under burden.
That is not true.
It's not true.
Only an unintentional man gets burdened by that statement.
The reason beer parlors are still selling is because of unhappy wives. Yes, that's why a man will leave work and go and do 7:55. If every woman, if every wife in every home is happy today,
that's a selfish thing to say.
Beer parlor will not sell. You will not find anybody in any beer parlor.
Everybody should go and hustle for their happiness. It's a selfish thing. No, that's a very
within the context of marriage.
We're speaking within the context of
Christian marriage.
Your wife is making certain demands that physically everybody knows. Say you and I know. Say no, nothing meter. You nothing meter.
Like
you never reach there.
Like what?
I need a particular car. You know, say I know.
You reassure her.
She will be speaking in faith.
Yes.
Exactly. You reassure her.
They are faith talks. You reassure her. You let her know. The Bible said, "Don't my beginning be little." This car you're asking for is
actually the old model of the one I want to give you.
I will get you a better one. Sometimes that's all we want to hear. Yes. Sometimes that's all women want to hear.
Yes.
You can't provide it. Don't get me wrong. It's not as if you will not eventually provide it. But she is unhappy because it has not arrived yet.
It is your duty.
No. Only an unreasonable woman will feel so anyway.
She's not unreasonable.
But then, so women talk by faith. And
she's
sometimes when women make these
she's
demands,
not unreasonable. When she was leaving her mother's house, she may have planned that in 10 years that's the car she wants to drive.
Definitely.
So you come and take her from your mother's house, you have bought the responsibility.
Yes.
She's not unreasonable. It is for you to let her know.
No. Pressuring you.
Do NYC at the same time.
Pressuring you. Putting you under pressure.
Why you go marry person when you are not finish NYC at the same time? You don't know Southern Nigeria.
Don't you as a husband want to be a better person?
No, I'm asking. When I hear things like this, I ask people, you that you're a young man, you finish your service like this, carry that start put for bad. Begin follow guy when you are finish your service. You dey bad.
5 years from a woman expects you to be a better. For instance, next year, I don't expect my husband to be on the level he was this year.
Let's finish our thoughts then. Yes.
I believe as we grow, we emerge, we become better. So what if she's talking about, okay, I know in a few years you can't do our beginnings be little, but I know we are a work in progress. I know we'll get there. Sometimes she's just pushing you and
There's
encouraging
nothing wrong
you.
with ambition. Listen, That's
What are you saying?
Hold on.
Of ambition on
My brother, listen, there's nothing wrong with ambition. That same you that you are angry that you're not able to buy that car. There are some of your mates too that are in service with you that have bought 3 of those cars too.
True.
Okay.
So don't blame the woman. What you're supposed to do is to double your hustle. And secondly, I spoke about Mumu button here. If you have your wife's Mumu button, if your wife says she want to fly aeroplane and you use paper build that's why they fly, put on top table, it go resemble Boeing 777 for her eye. You must have emotional presence. You must have the ability to speak to the woman so that you both can hope. You understand? It's supposed to come from you to her and she will sleep well. Right. Then you now do other things. The one way you get, you use it very well. Don't come and start doing
the sad thing is most times the men who are quick to say this and fight these things are the ones who don't even do much, in this regard. Like the Bible said, he who is faithful in little will do much when much is available. You are not even doing that little.
Yes.
And you're fighting, so most times
it's a defensive mechanism.
Yes,
defensive.
It's a defensive mechanism.
All right, let's see deal breakers in Christian marriages. We should try as much as possible to answer yes or no to these questions.
Okay.
We have about 10 of them. Number 1, your spouse cheats once and swears it was just a mistake. Is it a deal breaker? Is it enough to divorce the marriage? Yes or no?
I don't know what a deal breaker is.
Can we answer with references?
No, just yes or no.
As much as because of time.
Okay. I would like to on this question, I would like to share a personal experience I had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my husband cheated on me once. Yes. My husband cheated on me once. I found out this one is not suspicion.
Right.
Neither is it I'm not coming from the angle of okay, I am suspecting you or insecurity. Right. No.
Right.
No. It's caught red-handed. Okay. Like you do one, they catch you say you do one. Okay, but I forgive we are just interacting. I've forgiven, we've moved on, we are fine. So I'm trying to say it's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
So,
but it can be chill. Chill. Let me make my point.
All right.
So yeah. Finished? So let me say. So I found out, of course I would confront. I confronted and I was able to ask questions. I think I was confrontational, yes. I felt I'm a woman. I felt heartbroken. Right. And what triggered me the most was these were the things I saw were things that I wanted, that I was being denied of. You understand? That's happened. No, these are real life situations. I
have a question.
These are real life. No. These are real life situations.
No. See, but I love the fact that this is not the topic. I love the fact that we were able to dialogue.
Okay.
We were able to resolve, and I saw some.
But are you sure you were not depriving him of anything before that happened?
No, I can't say. Funny enough, it be like saying now me even they push more. Like I was the one being pushy.
What about the devil? Sometimes it may be the devil.
Yes, devil devil be the brain behind that. Right. Generally, but
no, hold on.
No. So the it's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
If it's not in their nature, this husband, this spouse, if it's not a thing they constantly do, if it's something they just fell into maybe once.
Okay.
This is the first time I am. You understand? So we're able to resolve. We were able to patch things up, and we were able to communicate. I even wanted to know why. Why did you do this? And I saw that we were able to resolve. And no. So to answer the question, no, it's not a deal breaker.
You're a great woman. You're a very great woman.
You are a phenomenal woman.
What you have just said here jokingly and we laughed over it is what
ends marriages.
So many homes.
Yeah.
So many homes, uncountable homes. And if you're out there and you're listening to us, you can see a great woman how she handled this. For you, that your friends are telling you, God forbid, I cannot take it, don't stand it. Those your friends telling you, God forbid, don't mind them. Their own is not forbidden. No, we are the one. Don't let anybody push you into what.
Right.
And women get tempted too. I like to establish that.
Yes, I think you've already
women
established
get
that.
tempted too. It's not just men who get tempted. Women get
I don't
tempted
even know
too.
why
Women are just
men they
as
should use two for. We know women get tempted. Men get tempted too.
So that is where that I register it on my subconscious mind that I belong to this man alone. And sometimes these men, they are even your spec. They are what you like to see.
Probably even
yes,
richer.
you know, me, I like gentlemen.
Whoa.
When they are walking up to me, you know, well-ironed shirts, their cologne is screaming, gentleman.
Men,
and all
are
of
you
that.
hearing?
And they have small money to even
Men,
throw
are
around.
you hearing?
They can feel that
Find
void.
out what your wife's spec
You
is.
understand? But
You can
you
jokingly
keep reminding
see.
yourself.
Let me know how to find out what your wife's spec is. Check the movie she's always watching.
You know,
Check
you
the
keep
actors that she's always admiring and saying, "Oh, this guy is a great actor. This guy is a great
you
actor."
keep reminding yourself, I love my husband, I love him. You keep reminding yourself that, oh, I love my husband. I don't want to see myself in this situation.
Right.
And if this man, even as much as exchanging contacts, can become a major threat to my marriage, then
You
she won't do it.
wouldn't.
That's where discipline comes to play. That's where self-control comes in. You understand? So men should not always bank on the excuse of I was tempted and all of that. To use that as a yardstick to cheat.
Right.
No. And the funny part is that most men who cheat are the ones who see cheating as nothing. They are the ones that are very insecure back home.
True. They won't take it.
Yes. They can't even take a hi, hello. They can't even take a male colleague video calling their wives just to say hello, how are you, long time. You understand? They are most times they are the
Let's move
insecure
on.
ones.
Why make colleague with a
Let's
video call?
let's move on. Let's move on
Alright,
so that we
I
can
have
run.
more questions.
Yeah.
About please let's try as much as
Yeah,
possible.
so that
Yes,
we can
sir.
know. Any form of physical abuse, is it a deal breaker? Physical abuse, slapping, beating and all that. Is it a deal breaker? Should it end the marriage?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Okay. Is the question for me alone? I thought
Yes,
it's for
for you.
everybody.
Yeah, I'm old school. I don't know what deal breakers are. All I know is that
Is it
if I see somebody and I like the person, I go with the person. All these deal breakers are no deal
Okay,
breaker.
so
things I like
this one is
You
dicey.
make me like you.
So this
It's
one
dicey,
is.
but yes or
Let
no?
me answer from a ladies. Maybe
Yes
you
or
can
no?
answer from
Let's-
the
let's
guys.
try.
Yes, yes
Yes
or
or
no?
no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
To a reasonable extent. Did you say domestic violence?
Yes.
Physical abuse.
Yes.
To a reasonable extent, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So your
Okay.
partner is always broke. Is it a deal breaker? Question 3. Should it is always broke? That's-
Always broke.
Yes.
They did not say he's not hardworking.
Even
They did not
working.
say
even
No.
he's
if
not
working.
doing
Yes.
well. They did not say.
Prospect. Somebody can have prospect, but be
Yes,
broke.
you can have a lot of projects that
So-
that
So
outweighs
it's not a, it's
your
not, it's not
income.
a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's
No,
not.
it's
It
not.
depends on the
It can be
context.
worked on. It's
Your
not.
in-laws have too much say in your marriage.
Ah,
Question 4.
this one
In-laws
is.
have too much say in your
This
marriage.
one is something that ruin homes actually, and especially when it's coming from the man. You know, most men
Can come from
actually,
anywhere though.
but
go ahead.
most men use their wives, their families to spite their wives. I've seen this happen in real life situation. The ability to be able to separate family from your marriage is key.
But
So-
I always ask people, before you marry that person, the person already was into the family now. Why would you not finish marrying the person and it becomes
want
a
to
problem?
separate
So if you are someone who would not want to see your spouse always involved with family, you shouldn't marry that person.
Right.
So when you meet a guy or a girl and before he says two things, he says my mom or my dad, you call him on Saturday,
It's
where are
fine.
you? He says he's in his mother's
sign,
house.
yes.
You already know that this person is a family oriented
And it doesn't
person.
make it bad or good. though.
Yes.
It's just-
So you decide, if you don't get into the marriage
Yeah.
one and start saying that he's always
Exactly.
spending time with mother. He's always
Yes,
on the phone
question
with his mother.
5.
All right.
Months without sexual intimacy. Is it enough?
Months.
Yes, months or no sexual intimacy in marriage.
For what reason? Are you both at home or the person has gone to go and do
Even
massage
if the
abroad?
person travels, even if the it's not, it's still not. There are ways you can meet your spouse's emotional needs even from afar. That they won't feel you are really, really absent.
How? Telephone sex.
No, no, it's
Yes,
not.
that's the answer.
It's not
Yes. Why
limited.
they-
No, chill.
That's the answer.
Chill.
That's what they do.
It's not telephone sex per se, But there are ways you warm up to your wife that you begin to you can
Are
you
we
can
still
you can
Christians
calm
here?
her down. No, we're having
That's what they
conversations.
do.
Yeah.
Long
These are real
distance,
life issues.
long distance marriages.
These are real
That's
life
what they do. They
issues.
cure conge. No, why would they do like say?
Okay, I heard of one story that a colleague once shared with me.
Right.
She said her pastor's wife.
You go post.
Don't Jay.
Yeah.
No, not be that one. Her pastor's wife gave her shared something with them on the Single Sisters Forum. You know, she was trying to tell them, I'm not your regular mommy GO. It's like a singles forum, single sisters. You know, she heads them.
She now give them joystick.
So she said, no, I calm down now. She said, I'm not your regular mommy GO. I'm a freaky mommy GO. And when I get to my door, I drop this mommy GO title and I put on my regalia. My husband must not be
I know the person you're
she's
talking
that
about.
kind of no, I don't think you do.
I know the person. I was in church.
I don't think
I was
you
in
do.
church that day, but this is
I
not
don't
how
think
she
you
said
do.
it.
No, this is not the no. That is not.
Maybe
That's
another
not the
person
person.
will
This is
talk.
another
I
one.
know the person.
So then she said, the husband was traveling. She said they are really, really involved. That she said it in clear terms. She said, my husband can't go 2 days without sleeping with me.
Hey,
That's what she said.
and he's a man of God.
Yes, a woman of God. She said
Right.
that is how, no, she was trying to tell them that is how important sexual intimacy is in marriage. You don't give any chance for any cockroach to
So
come
if
in.
God sends the husband now,
You know what she said? She said one time,
crusade.
why she was even sharing this, why my colleague was sharing this story with me was because she was telling me, Debbie, is this right? This is what my pastor's wife shared with us on the Sisters Forum the other day. So the woman said, the husband was to travel for a 2 weeks program, church program outside the country. That they walked into, she didn't go, she couldn't go because of work and stuff. She said they walked into a store and the man got her sex toys. A pastor. So she was asking me that, is this right? I could not answer. But I was like, no, this is not right. This is not right. This is not right. You understand?
Question 6, because of time.
Yeah.
Let's be fast about this. Financial lies like secret bank accounts or debt, hidden debt. Is it a deal breaker? Should it warrant problems in the marriage when there's one loan that you collected and you're hiding, or there's one bank account that you're hiding?
Why should you hide? It's not a deal breaker. It can be dialogued. It can be worked on.
Question 7. The spouse disgraces you in public, but in private they come to apologize. Is it a deal breaker?
This one is dicey. It's not a deal breaker. But a spouse should not even disgrace the. It's not right. Okay. It's not right. Question but 8. It's not enough to.
We have looked at this one way or the other. You live together, but emotionally you're single. Is it a deal breaker? We've talked about it.
We've talked about it. It can be worked on and it can be.
Yeah, you're married a believer, but now it's like their faith is not fitting.
You walk them back to Holy
Spirit.
And you help them come back on track. It's hard work.
Religious
it's hard
incompatibility
work.
also.
It's hard work.
Okay.
10.
Question 10, similar to question 9. Staying legally married but spiritually and emotionally dead. Is it a deal breaker?
I don't understand.
How spiritually and emotionally dead?
People are not treating marriage like transaction.
No, I'm trying to understand the question.
We're not even talking about this. People say they stay married because of the kids.
And there's a period of courtship.
Yeah, most times you hear women say, I stayed because of my kids.
If I love somebody, I can forgive the person for any wrongdoing now. As in, you are treating marriage like transaction, choose A or B. If I see you like this and my spirit accepts your spirit, you are not a liar. Your heart is not evil.
I think the way we can react
you will not do anything.
Yes. Another way we can react to this question, because the question is not balanced well, is it's staying married because of the kids. You know, the person is emotionally dead to this marriage. The man is not anything, or the woman is not anything.
But because they want their kids to be raised. Raising those kids in that kind of marriage is even a threat. If you ask me, it's a bad thing. Like to them, it threatens them. It threatens that they won't grow. They won't grow well. They won't learn good morals and values. In my opinion, no, because children function better where there is love. When they see the love that comes from mommy and daddy, I think it helps their mentality. You don't want to raise another problem to the society. Or raise children who feel women should remain in a place where they are unloved because they want their kids to. No, I think there should be a balance. Okay. Right. There should be a balance. Yes.
Well, definitely going to have a part 2 to this conversation. There's still so much to unpack, but it's been an incredible episode. And we'd like to know what your thoughts are. Please let's know what your thoughts are in the comment section. See you in the next one. Peace and love. Thank you everyone for coming through.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Man, you've been a vibe. Oh my God. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Time.
Thank you.
I learned so much too.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much.
See you in the next one. Peace and love.